That's what I'm at. So get that to 80 and then bump it up and keep going from there.
And now that you're going to be in the game, are you?
Coming right up. Good evening and welcome to tonight's presentation. D.A.
Kevin, thanks.
What a great guy. D.A., thank you for that. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Monte Graham is out there with Bridges. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Vanderbilt in at the 4. And for Dallas, Vucevic is out there with Markkanen. Then it's Malik Beasley. Then it's Donovan Mitchell. And it's Hayward in at the small forward. Here's Graham. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. What happens to team chemistry, Brent, at this stage of the season? Teammates have spent, a lot of time together already at this point.
Well, this is where veteran leadership and guys who have been through deep runs or their understanding of what it takes to have a team go through deep runs can really pay off, Kevin. Making guys accountable to the things that you've talked about all year long in the next couple weeks, that's critical. And that's a whistle he did not want to hear. His second foul, and we're not even out of the first quarter.
Graham against Mitchell. Now here's Graham. He's tightly guarded. From deep. Hayward grabs the board. And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a three-point game. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And guys, if you don't control second chance opportunities, you don't control your fate. That has to be their key takeaway from that one.
Or maybe they went into that game thinking rebounding not something they needed to focus on. They absolutely did.
Now here's Mitchell. Chris Middleton unable to get his last shot to go.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
Gets it to go. That one good from Adebayo.
Just doesn't feel like Bam Adebayo is 6'9". He covers so much ground.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Now here's Graham against New Orleans, who is really on his game.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Mitchell against Graham. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Give him a little credit. Take some guts to keep shooting if you're struggling this bad. It's getting a little bit ugly right now.
And the pass to Middleton. Shot from the wing. Offensive rebound.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Giving up a run here, can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Teams that make their free throws, they're so tough down the stretch. Let's check out the best. The Mavericks fourth.
It's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
Here's Mitchell, and the shot goes down.
And footwork really so important. Donovan threads the drive there with such grace.
Middleton against Hayward. It's Adebayo, top of the key. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Nuggets have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
You wonder just what it is that's next for Bam, as he's shown incredible improvement in a very short amount of time as one of the more versatile bigs in the league.
Now here's Beasley. Boy, he just disappeared against Atlanta. They really needed it. And that one is good.
Well, for a guy who does a lot of his work on the perimeter, Beasley gets into the painted area.
There's 53 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And the shot goes in.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Mavericks trail by 9. Mitchell passes to Vucevic. Here's Markkanen. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And last season for Markkanen didn't really go as planned. Greg, we know he suffered some injuries and had a hard time establishing his role.
Yeah, both the scoring and rebounding were down. And this happens sometimes with a new coach and a new system. But one thing's for sure, the talent is there. Markkanen is still very young and has a tremendous upside. And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Beasley against Bridges. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
Beasley's a guy who just hits the court hungry and ready to make an impact. He usually does that on the offensive end. And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Hayward against Middleton. Three seconds left, and there's another one for the Nuggets.
Yeah, you don't want to leave Middleton from that area. His mid-range game is on fire, draining those shots often.
And so it's Denver, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And from moments ago, we got this from Donovan Mitchell on how
that's been our whole story all year.
Using that doubt, Greg, as motivation.
Whatever helps you play with urgency. If it's feeling like you're second best, use that to your advantage.
We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Denver, they've got Chris Middleton. Bridges out there with Devontae Graham. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Vanderbilt in at power forward. And it's Mitchell with the ball for Dallas. They trail by 9 points. This the first chance to take a look at the Nuggets this season. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
It's deflected.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
Mitchell against Graham. The drive by Mitchell. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
That play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
The Mavericks have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And how fearless is Donovan Mitchell? I mean, as a rookie, in his first playoff series, he went off for 38 in a closeout game against none other than Russell Westbrook.
Bridges against Beasley. Outside, Markkanen. Buries the long-range jumper. Markkanen's got 7 points.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Pass to Vanderbilt. 1:37 left in the first half.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
And GA Chris Middleton over his career much improved on the defensive end.
A true two-way player, and I tell you, that 6'11" wingspan helps. Able to use that length to bother shots and disrupt passes.
Here's Vanderbilt. He's guarded by Markkanen. Graham against Mitchell. Clock at 4. That's tipped. 51 seconds left to play in the first half. And stolen by Graham. Here's Adebayo. The basket is good off the assist from Graham. 8 points for Bam Adebayo.
You see the offense coming around for Adebayo. Entered the league with raw skills, but he's had the benefit of great coaching.
On the wing, Mitchell. Three-pointer. Denver grabs the miss. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Mikel really showing a nice confidence in that shot right there as his shooting percentages are trending up.
Graham against Mitchell. Fires for three. It's good from long range. Mitchell's got 12.
Nice answer back there. Loved it.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome for the Nuggets. Kenny, how'd you see it? It's been a strong performance for them on the glass. Hey.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. The Nuggets leading by 5. They've got Beasley. Vucevic is out there with Markkanen. Then it's Donovan Mitchell, and it's Hayward in at the small forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Mitchell against Graham. The drive by Mitchell. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And the coaching staff loves this. Mitchell being assertive on offense and just imposing his will.
And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Graham against Mitchell. Shoots over Graham, and it's Mitchell missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Graham against Mitchell. Graham, the pass to Adebayo. From the low block, Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Hayward can't hit. The Nuggets leading by 7. Middleton with it, now guarded by Vucevic. 90 seconds now into the second half. Mitchell, a shot by Hayward, wide open, good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
And the release on Hayward's shot, just so smooth. He makes the play with urgency, but doesn't let that compromise his mechanics.
Pass to Middleton, goes up from the top of the key. Jump shot is good that time. Middleton's got 6 points.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
Pass to Mitchell, launches it. Another 3 for Dallas.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Graham dishes to Bridges. Back to Graham. That one falls.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Mitchell looking it over. And he uses the glass on the layup. Mitchell's got 7 now in this quarter.
And there's an edge to Mitchell's game. He wants to be the guy in charge. And if that means he's got to get physical, he'll do it.
Middleton outside. Another 3 for Denver.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Mitchell against Graham. Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut down to just 4 points with a bucket for Mitchell. And And so it's Middleton with it. He brings it up for Denver. They've led by as many as 11 points. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third.
Feeling more and more comfortable in this offense. That's just Chris Middleton making a play.
Mavericks have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Here's Mitchell, and then Mitchell with the dunk.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Graham with the bucket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Count the basket. Mitchell's got 13 points here in the second half alone.
A creative scorer. Mitchell uses that versatility and shot-making ability to keep the defenders guessing.
With 1 on the clock. What a shot!
Oh, yes.
Amazing!
That one counts.
Unreal.
Shots continuing to fall as we conclude the third quarter. Both teams putting up points. Nuggets lead by 7. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
And that's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. So on the floor for Denver, we've got Devontae Graham. Also Bridges out there. Chris Middleton is out there with Adebayo. And it's Vanderbilt in at the 4 spot. There's the pass to Graham. To the paint. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. Goes up off the inbound. And Denver again with the bucket.
And there is some intelligence behind the passing of Adebayo. Not flashy, but making smart ones.
Mitchell passes to Vucevic. Now the feed to Beasley. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, both of these teams locked in on the offensive end. It's going to be a high-scoring affair tonight.
Well-timed by Vucevic. Not a center who piles up blocks, but this guy picks his spot. And great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
Now take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Marking in against Middleton.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Mitchell outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Mitchell's got 15 points in just the second half.
And man, does Mitchell get buckets. And from everywhere on the floor. A versatile offensive threat.
Graham inside the line. Beasley with the rebound. Mavericks trailed by 3. On the wing, Mitchell. .153 left in the fourth quarter. Yes, that goes in.
High drama here, guys. I mean, they've managed to get hot just when it looked like this thing was out of reach.
Middleton against Hayward. Now the Mavericks with it. They've got an 8-0 run. Down low. Here's Mitchell. Draws contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they are amped up right now. I mean, after trailing for so long and then trimming that margin, finally they take the lead. He is absolutely the guy you want at the line in that situation. It just shows you how much he loves these moments.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 2. There's a minute 34 left here in the fourth quarter. And now we present our New Balance player of the game, Donovan Mitchell.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Mike Malone talked to his team during that last timeout. He said, we're too concerned with their shooters right now. We've got to close off the inside. They are gutting us. He pleaded with his guys. Come on, let's take a stand. Kevin?
Mitchell is double. Inside, here's Markkanen. Yep, it counts. Markkanen's got the lead up to 2 now for Dallas.
Accepting more of a leadership role over time. Markkanen not bashful at rising up to take huge shots.
Here's Middleton. Trying to get open is Adebayo.
How about that shot by Middleton? Doesn't matter where it is in the game. He'll take that shot.
Here's Mitchell. And Adebayo sends it back. And pushing it up. Here's Denver. Yes!
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're behind by 2. 51 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. Mitchell is double. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so it's Dallas with it. It drops. He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
Big-time play there from Mitchell. Remember, he's been the go-to guy since his rookie year.
Middleton.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 2-point ball game.
And you just have to understand that hours and hours of practice mean that clutch free throws become easy.
Graham against Mitchell. Over Graham. They grab their own miss. Mitchell trying to free himself. The shot and game clock separated by 4, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Here's so much about this 3 and D in terms of the wings in the NBA. And Chris Middleton really embodies all of that. He can do some damage behind the arc and then is asked to guard the team's most potent offensive wing.
Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 12 seconds left to play in the final quarter. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Yeah, big play on the front end to finish, despite getting hacked there, and big on the back end to hit the free throw. No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
Mikal Bridges, I think one of those talents coming out of college. A lot of teams expected him to have a 10 or 12-year career playing a great role as a two-way player in the NBA.
But they get it back. For 3, Beasley. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so it's Denver.